But let's remember, there's only a very small number of people who set the prices of everything in our society. They're called employers. That's their job. They're about 1% of the people of this country. The other 99% of us, people watching and listening, they know very well that if you're an employee, one of the jobs you do not have is setting the prices of whatever it is you help to produce. That's done by a very small number of people called employers. And here's the last obvious point. Those folks often go to places called business schools. There they get an MBA or they learn by doing. And here's what they tell us. We make decisions based on what's profitable for our business. That's why we're here. If we do it well, we get promoted. And if we don't do it well, you don't see us so often. In other words, profit is our goal. Everything we do is determining and being decided in terms of how it's profit. So here's the conclusion. Prices go up when that's a profitable strategy for business. And that's why it's going up, because for the last year and a half, that's the way business in America thinks and sees its way forward in terms of making profit. And if you look at the companies in the food business, in the fuel business, where the inflation has been the highest, you will notice that they're doing really well when it comes to reporting their profits. The only difficulty, Jimmy, is that they don't want to say that. They don't want to go on public record saying, we have an inflation because we've decided we can make more money by jacking up the prices than if we didn't do that. So they come up with something else. And here are the candidates: the war in Ukraine, or the evil Russians, or, and one of the great mysteries, supply chain disruptions. This one you really have to stop and take a deep breath. It turns out, Jimmy, that if you bring stuff from a long distance, even if you don't, it's a short distance, there can be, can you imagine this, a disruption. You know, it can rain, or there could be a breakdown in the train, or somebody could miss a job they were supposed to do. Every business in the world knows about this, and there's always a plan B. You have a warehouse where you stockpile stuff, or you have an alternative way to get. Suddenly, however, all of our capitalist entrepreneurs haven't figured out how to handle this or that quote unquote mysterious disruption. And we're all supposed to be so stupid that we don't understand that if you hold back supply, that's a very nice way to get the prices to go up. And if you raise the prices, which you're the ones who do, all you got to come up with is a fanciful story, pick any one, and blame that, and you can go on and do it. And if you have useful public servants who facilitate all of this noise by talking about supply chain disruptions, or the horrible effects of the war in the Ukraine, or why ships aren't getting out of the Black Sea to carry grain, well, then you can foster this kind of not facing the reality that if we don't want an inflation, then we've got to intervene at the point and with the people who determine prices. And if you want, I can give you two examples, one from a Democratic president, one from a Republican president who did that. And the most amazing thing for me is that Mr. Biden and Janet Yellen are not telling us one word about what their predecessors actually did to prevent an inflation in one case and to end one in the other.